But we'll see whether or not the Kaja last pick will work. I have a little bit of faith in Bigetron Alpha, but here we go. Game 2 between Bigetron Alpha against Blacklist International. Take it away, boys.
Here we go, Game 2, Blacklist against Bigetron Alpha. Thank you so much to Aris. Now, this lineup coming in from Blacklist as well as Bigetron, I guess for Blacklist, you know, for game number 1, I was assuming that, yeah, we're gonna see Angela and Rafaela. This time they're gonna show us an Estes and Rafaela, so same but different. But I kinda understand where they are going for now, because, well, I'm slowly getting into the zone with them.
I like the fact that it's like, you know, one healer is never enough, man. Let's bring up another healer. Let's bring in the Estes because the Eve's got target ban. Now, this time around, right, I really have to echo what Eric said. The Kaja, the Barrets will be definitely better because what Bigetron Alpha lacks currently right now is that tankiness, that beefiness that Blacklist International need to burst down or basically take down very quickly, because Blacklist International, yes, they got big bursty damage, but in terms of sustained damage, it's going to come online pretty much later, because Oheb is the one that I'm supposedly looking out for in terms of his constant DPS.
Wise is indeed wise. He is very experienced, and I think he trained. He definitely trained a lot, and he knew exactly what to expect when it comes to damage multipliers, how much damage can a certain character or certain hero deal against the buff, because you can pretty much see the dedication that he had, as well as the diligence that he had when Dream S came in to kind of snipe out the purple buff. But unfortunately, even when the ring is being thrown out, our dear Aldous decided to stop hitting, and only on the final moments, that was him, well, charging out the contract and getting himself that one stack. So things are looking pretty darn good for Blacklist International when it comes to the microing department. I really like what they're doing so far, but you know, you never know. Something big may happen from the start of Bigetron Alpha.
Yeah, a bit of a DeFi happening right here in the middle side. Rainbow will be bouncing out. The execution doesn't land true. Ascent will flicker away, but here comes Wise. Ultimate not gonna commit. There you go. The Blacklist International discipline. Make sure, but okay, Edward breaking the ammo a little bit. Flickers in. He's hungry. Here's the Frost Storm will be, and he goes down. First blood going over to Bigetron Alpha. Breaking that MO. Oh my goodness. He goes down too. Matt coming in with the big dragon form. Will be able to find Essen as well. Now, Blacklist and all three members went down.
This is looking, well, I really like what Bigetron Alpha is doing. Blacklist International, they were kind of just forcing plays out for now, but they were forcing out the fight. But one thing is that Edward, he should have expected that the iframe coming in from Lancelot, he should definitely have expected that. But it is what it is. Things are starting to seem really sad for them due to the fact that, well, they lost 4 members by itself. And, well, they did manage to get 1 kill, and that kill went over to Estes. It's not that worth it, but it is what it is.
But, I mean, don't forget, it's okay for Estes to take this kill, because Aldous...
But they lost 4 for that one.
I would say it all went down because I was, immediately after I praised Blacklist for the discipline, they're not going to commit. You can see them backing away, but here comes Edward with the Lapu Lapu. It's like what the joke that we're cracking in NBRSG, right? The ego challenge coming out with the Lapu Lapu. Those people who play the Lapu Lapu gets like enhanced bravery that will try to dive. In fact, I would have thought the Lapu Lapu decide to back off, but I don't know why he flickered in and tries to outplay and Lancelot, and that's sounds like a famous last words to me.
Yeah, he basically trying to outplay, but got outplayed by the outplayer for trying to outplay. You know, this is the point in time whereby you're kind of writing an essay, and you haven't reached the word count just yet. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I would want to do some more of that, especially when it comes to play-by-play. Literally just saying the same thing over and over again, over and over again. But, I'm just looking forward to see how things are gonna be working out. For the middle stages of the game, I can only expect to see Bigetron Alpha with a massive amount of damage coming from the side of Max and Mad. But for Blacklist International, Oheb, Edward, and Wise, they may be on neck and neck.
Yeah, and I feel like the fact that you see Matt was the comfort pick of Matt is actually Yuzhong, and now you can see the value coming in already is very good for Matt. And you know, Everest and I were actually doubting the fact that Matt shouldn't be going for this Yuzhong, but he made it work. He actually ganked all the way to mid. He took 4 kills and 2 kills at the very least for himself, and he is able to walk on away. And okay, Dreams coming in with the ultimate will be suppressing Asen all the way down. Zaman Force will be landing at the same time. Dreams now on full retreat. Oheb trying to bounce around but won't be able to pick up anything at all. But there's no double engage. Bigetron take one and they get away.
Oheb is doing fine in the bottom lane. How about Wise? 0 kills, 1 death, 0 assists. Things are starting to slowly pan in the way of Bigetron Alpha, and I'm just looking at Bigetron Alpha and thinking, this is the time whereby they do have a small little control in the early stages of the game, and perhaps because of this control, they should be able to scale really nicely to mid-game.
Now,
right?
That's exactly where Blacklist International don't want to be. Caught off guard a little bit by Bigetron Alpha. Matt coming in with the Black Dragonborn. He will be using the Meteor Shower once again right when the turtle is up. So not too sure why Bigetron Alpha will want to push. Maybe he wants to hard shove this so that they want to force issue, try to go in for the turtle. But it is Blacklist International with the initiative right now. Now Dreams might want to try to look for that suppression.
The turtle currently down to 50% health. Really nice suppressing force onto the side of Edward, but unfortunately Edward managed to get himself running away. Oh my Venus used his body, completely blocking all the way out for Edward to run away, absorbing quite a lot of damage from the side of the Meteor Shower, but it doesn't seem to be a big deal because of the blessing on the Moon Goddess allowed him to be okay. The Blacklist International, as expected, they will be able to drag the fight out for very long, and the opponents very likely will find it tough to even grab themselves a couple of objectives because of how sustainable Blacklist International is.
You can see how Bigetron Alpha, they force Blacklist to dance around the turtle, and Bigetron Alpha takes the mid lane turtle. Now, Wise, because he's an Aldous, he needs the jungle creep to be able to scale out of control. But Bigetron Alpha, he's leading in terms of the early game because Dream is just putting so much invisible pressure because you never know whether you are the target. Drag you in, pick you off almost immediately, but here we come again.
Yet another ultimate from the side of Kaja. Did manage to get himself a really nice kill onto the Ezon, so one sustainable member is already down. And Bigetron Alpha, they would definitely want to force this out, but unfortunately the turtle will now then going to be initiated and of course damaged and killed by the side of Wise. Wise moves up onto Key, but then onto Dreams, but then onto Matt. A lot of them is already at a critical amount of health, but oh my Venus as well as Oheb, they do not have the utility as well as any form of gap closer to get themselves closer and closer to the enemy side. So thus, none of the members from Bigetron Alpha have went down. A lot of what is done is for naught. But looking at the fact that Blacklist International is, after all, a late game composition, they only lost one, and that comes in the form of Rafaela. So I don't think that they are steering off in the wrong direction at all. I think that they are doing pretty decently well, and they even have gotten themselves a turtle. So in some sense, a win.
Yes, could it be a win that Bigetron Alpha wants to give over to the Blacklist International? I'm not too sure because, Blacklist International, they want to look for this objective and they price it very much. Take a look at the KDA, usually very low. Right now, Blacklist International, only 2k apart. Eson and Oh My Business is babysitting Oheb, whereas Wise is the one that is trying to farm, trying to scale uncontributed. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, he's actually dead stuck trying to defend the mid lane, trying to get as much stacks as possible. Now, initiative is still in the hands of Bigetron Alpha. They can take this and they can go anywhere. It's an open mid for Blacklist International.
And for a game within 7 minutes and 30 seconds, Blacklist International, although they have lost out in the early stages of the game just by a little bit, but I don't think that they are phased at all. All they want to do is just scale themselves back up to the mid, into the mid, and perhaps even to the late stages of the game. Edward really bold and ballsy right now, the bravest warrior and bravest indeed, Abson. He did manage to get a holy healing onto the side of Edward. He did manage to survive with a sliver of health, but unfortunately, the flame shot from Rembo is more than enough to get Edward down to his knees as he goes to meet his maker. That final shot was great.
Yeah, Bigetron Alpha this time around, they're not playing any form of clashes. They're all their goal right now is I take one person, isolate him, and then take him down. Now Bigetron Alpha will start work on the turtle. Now Wise will be jumping in, but he'll disengage with the ultimate. But that will also provide enough information over the Blacklist International whether they actually want to take this. Now Wise will get suppressed. Dreams coming in, Matt circling around. Orheb tries to dash around, try to get some damage out, but look at the amount of space that Matt gave over the Bigetron Alpha because Blacklist International respects that.
And just like that, Oheb, they are doing damn well in doing what they can do. It is a 1-7. And Bigetron Alpha, they do have a total of about 4,000 gold lead. Blacklist International would definitely want to continue their pursuit onto the top lane and try to bring their adversary down. But Zaman Force currently being dropped down to Oheb pushes the Kaja away, and they would want to focus more onto Matt and do what they can to flush this dragon out of the lane and even get themselves more farms and kills.
Yeah, and something that I have to appreciate is the fact that Wise uses the first skill to try to take the last hit of the turret. This gives him even more stacks. In fact, Wise will be jumping on in, on top of trying to find the burst damage on the KY, but he will be able to try to dash, try to get kind of, but okay, at the very least, Blacklist International will be able to pick up two key members of Bigetron Alpha, and now it's time for him to collapse on top of Bigetron Alpha with the Zaman Force, but here comes the Big Bad Dragon. Matt trying to land, trying to farm. Dreams hiding on the turret. Matt taking all the heat, trying to take out as much shot rate as you do, trying to apply as much stacks on top of the enemy, but then Bigetron Alpha just decides to back off. They pick up two members, they got what they wanted, maybe they try to back off, they want to try to take down this turret, but Bigetron Alpha is not letting them do it.
They are doing pretty darn well in terms of holding this turret down, but I don't think that they're going to be holding down for long. The steel tip keep coming from Matt is just going to be clearing up every single one of the ways. Even the Zaman Force have been popped up from Oheb to try to maybe even force Bigetron Alpha backwards a little bit. I'm not too sure, maybe just a small little force or factor to try to push the bottom lane as much as possible, because we know that as long as you get the Zaman Force down, you are able to just zip zap zoom all onto the turret and it deals heck a lot of damage. So I guess that was a small little mistake because there is no creep waves coming in anytime soon, and their own creep waves has been recently destroyed.
Yeah, but take a look at Bigetron Alpha. They are leading in the early game. That's actually according to the memo. They're supposed to lead in the early game. Blacklist International, they're biting for time. Bigetron Alpha is actually allowing them to. I don't see any hard engage, try to force the issue, try to force the fight, because I feel like Bigetron Alpha is giving respect over to Blacklist International already. Just take a look at Goldie. It's starting to climb all the way back up. Now, Bigetron Alpha, the only way they can force this issue to use Dreams to flicker in, start out one person, pull him all the way out, but Blacklist International is giving like a huge wide berth away from Dreams.
That's kind of what Kaja has been doing for quite some time, right? We do have the flicker on cooldown, and now just recently off cooldown for Kaja. But as for as for the side of Chang'e, also flicker is off. So both sides, they are playing from a fresh, clean slate, all the way from the northern to the southern side.
Yeah, and, funny thing though, I'm not too sure whether I'm correct or not, but it feels like he is actually building towards the Wind of Nature because it's against, you know, like orders that deals a lot of burst damage. Once you remove the burst damage, you're immune to the physical damage. That's something, but hold on a second. Faker coming in, will be able to drag all my the Zaman Force land down. Matt dashing, trying to go zip-zap around, trying to actually push them away. The Lord has been enhanced as Rambo. Big damage coming on Bigetron Alpha. They still hold on.
This is Blacklist International with 5 surviving members. Edward didn't even enter into that previous fight, and I dare say that was a phenomenal experience for both sides. We do have the meteor shower, which is currently being popped up by Key, and Absent with HP all the way down low. They have to force one of the healing potential that Oh My Venus is able to put out to. Not exactly, well, the blessing of the Moon Goddess just yet. They're hovering around the Lord. They're waiting for the perfect time to go in, but while they're waiting for this, Matt has just recently received a power spike with the new BOD.
Yeah, Dreams early on just now, the flicker and the ultimate is down, so Dreams won't be able to use that combo once, and again, it's going to be down for the next 40 seconds. So if Blacklist International is looking for that Lord, it has to be now, because that is the crucial win condition of Bigetron Alpha. Take someone apart, pick him off, or maybe Bigetron Alpha is actually trying to bake in Blacklist International because Blacklist International needs this, and as they're dilly-dallying around, the minions push down the mid lane turret, and now Blacklist International is on that ticking clock.
With Edward holding on to the front lines right in front of the Lord, he's just going to be completely ultimated out by Kaja, but flickers himself right back into his own baseline. And in Blacklist International, they immediately just disengaged and re-engaged onto the Lord again. They have made Bigetron Alpha essentially waste 2 ultimates just for a unsuccessful push. And now Blacklist International, they know for sure that they will be able to go straight out for that because they do have the Summon Force just going to be popped right out. And of course, the Lord is going to be slain by the side of this Orders as well, pushing all of the members coming from Bigetron Alpha all the way back home after successfully picking up the kill onto this Lancelot. Lancelot, he is the main core of the game. He do need to be alive in order to deal that burst amount of damage on the Blacklist International. But who's going to be the one to deal with Wise? Because this man, he's going to pack a lot of punch. But he's also going to be pretty darn tanky.
No pun intended on that, Abstract. He packed way too much punch for Bigetron Alpha to actually do anything. In fact, Blacklist International, they take down the Lancelot. This means that they have retribution advantage against the Lord. Now, Key, I really... at one point, I do agree what Key is trying to do, but he's not using the Meteor Shower at the most effective method. Now, initially, Bigetron Alpha, right, they do have the initiative to try to actually store and delay, but the more Bigetron store and delay, Blacklist International's minions are actually pushing against them, and they're catching up. Take a look at the gold lead. Blacklist International 1k ahead already.
One other information that Blacklist International did manage to get is the fact that Bigetron Alpha no longer have that Meteor Shower, while Wise is happily farming all the way in the top lane, pushing all the way in, while the Lord crashes onto the bottom lane, inhibit the turret. But luckily for Bigetron Alpha, they did a pretty darn good job in holding that out. But Wise being Wise, doing whatever that he got to bring down an inhibitor turret in the top lane, and now it is going to be sort of a trifecta push. Bottom lane and top lane is barren. It's going to be left with the middle lane inhibitor turret left, and we'll see eventually whether Blacklist International will be able to, well, make the entire base completely barren out.
Abstract, how to turn the tables? How the tables have turned. Seriously, Abstract, take a look at the gold lead. Blacklist, Bigetron Alpha, they're playing catch-up initially just now. In game 1, Blacklist International, they're the one who play catch-up, but this time around, Bigetron Alpha is the one with 3k gold deficit. Now, Blacklist super ahead right now, and they're looking very strong, but it only takes one team fight, right? Bigetron Alpha have the better pick-off, and once one person from Blacklist International is pick off, the whole team composition might crumble.
Well, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about this because they are kind of working on a kind of slow-paced game, and throughout the entire day, the game has been really fast. But that is a good bait. Oh, that's a good bait. Wise, yo, that is exactly what you gotta do, man. As an Orders, you just dive into the enemy's most important artillery member, force everyone to think that, yo, he's going for it, and just a few milliseconds away from crashing, get yourself out of there because you have already made them waste a single ultimate. But I don't think it matters that much now because Chang'e's ultimate is back up.
One doesn't try to waste a Chang'e ultimate because
it's back up almost instantaneously.
It back up almost instantaneously, right? But the same could be said over to Wise, right? They're just trading ultimates for ultimates as of now, and if Bigetron Alpha takes a slight misstep, Blacklist International, they're gonna dive it really deep, and that's something that Blacklist International is trying to do. They're feinting a lot of attacks against Bigetron Alpha, and that's extremely scary. The moment when, Wise turns on the ultimate, Bigetron Alpha basically clenches, and they're bracing for impact.
I'm basically imagining myself in the shoes of Bigetron Alpha, and it is gonna be really tough for them to do something against Wise because we know that this big burly one-punching monster,
2.8k,
he can kind of do what he can. 2.8k damage.
Yeah.
Oh my. He can do whatever he can with a single ultimate, rush right into one person, punch in, and gets himself out. And then he's got no other ways to get in. Because looking at the fact that Key already have gotten himself the Ice Queen 1, it is tough for him to eventually pop right back in because of how slow he is.
And don't forget, this is where Blacklist International wants to be. 17 minutes, make it 18 minutes in the game. Bigetron Alpha, they're the ones who is actually exploring unexplored waters. But Blacklist International, hey, this is exactly the time where I love to play. Lord is getting contested, Dreams dragging Axel all the way, the burst might not go through.
But Edward is still hanging on, he's still alive. He's pushing every single one of the members coming from Bigetron Alpha up, and Forza didn't quite catch it, unfortunately. Max, who is playing as the Lancelot, it went straight down. The Lord is still available. The bottom lane and the middle lane creeps, they are all past the halfway mark. And once they get this Lord down, boy oh boy, would that be game over. Unless Bigetron ever pulls something magical right out from their rear end and surprisingly manage to bring one person down, as for example Edward, because he's buying a lot of space. He's making a lot of space in favor for his own team, and just gonna be jumping right on Key, bringing Key's HP all the way down to health, ensuring that he don't have anything to do for this current fight because all 4 other members focused onto Mad, forcing out the Black Dragon form.
Oh, Bigetron Alpha, you know that your Lord has been taken down, yet you gave Randall away over to Blacklist International. Now you gotta hold on with a 4v5. 2 of your turrets on the top and the bottom are down, and the Lord is marching on your weak open top. Now Blacklist International, they can just dive this one wedge in the middle, and the best part is Weiss doesn't even have to be there because now he has his ultimate up. He has a shortcut all the way to the front line, and Bigetron Alpha, they just have to brace for impact.
Bracing for impact as Edward makes himself right under the turret's range. He suffered quite a catastrophic amount of damage to him, but he says, oh well, no matter, because he does have the Rafaela as well as Estes to back him up with a 24,000 HP Lord marching into the opponent's base. Nothing to stop him. The only thing that will be stopping him is a Blood Serpent as well as Dreamaz. I don't know what is he going to be rushing. He rushes onto the middle lane and hit the turret instead. That is going to be such a great help for Blacklist International. Now the base is now completely barren. Bigetron Alpha, they are bracing for a 5 versus 5 as Edward jumps onto Matt. We do have the Summon Force currently being dropped down right on top of the Harem as well, but unfortunately Max is just going to go to even the Phantom Execution, gets himself one single kill with Dreamaz with a slip of health. Weiss a slip of health as well. He goes down, and I did not focus onto the core because the team fight was just so interesting, so exciting. But you know what? The main objective of the game is to bring down the opponent's core, because if Blacklist